on YouTube. Jan Moses here, currently live streaming on YouTube. Wanted to put out a video covering my thoughts as we've reached the last Friday of Season 6. We got our new Friday content drop, the Cerebral collection, headlined by the 100 overall Tim Duncan, a card who a lot of people seem to be intrigued by, not because you're going to be able to get him, because you're not, but because they changed his jump shot to have Patty Mills base, I believe. Now, when it comes to these animations and the jump shots that are meta, I'm pretty out of the know, but I know a lot of people are really interested in the fact that this Tim Duncan has that Patty Mills release, because that could mean that the cards we get in Season 7 will start to see their animations change to the more meta ones. So just something to keep an eye out for. I also think even if we didn't see Tim Duncan's jump shot get changed, it wouldn't really mean that we're not going to get these animation changes in Season 7, because, I mean, we're less than a month away from the start of the NBA Finals. I think it's about time that we just, make the game, I guess, as glitchy as possible, because there is a pretty significant contingent of the My Team fan base who really just waits until the end of the year to get these really glitchy cards. And what sucks, once again, not to beat a dead horse, is all the top end cards in Season 7 are more than likely going to be as accessible as the top end cards in Season 6 and in Season 5, in that they're all going to be gambling only content, and that's really frustrating. So for that reason, I'm not going to spend too much time talking about this collection itself. There are some interesting dark matters. I mean, Tim Thomas and Paul George could be a lot of fun. I would really like to get Oscar Robertson just so I could try him. But again, I can't buy him, and I'm not going to lock in this collection because I could end up getting DeMar DeRozan or Joe Johnson. And I just don't think... Like, I heard Joe Johnson's jump shot kind of sucks. I don't want to test that for myself if I get unlucky enough to get him out of the lock-in. And DeMar DeRozan is a 6'6" shooting guard. I just don't know if I really care about that all that much. Ralph Sampson seems like a fun card because he's 7'4" and he has like a 77 3 ball and 83 speed. But I don't know why I couldn't just use my Arvydas Sabonis and get like 70% of what I would get out of Ralph Sampson if I wanted to use Sabonis as my center. So yeah. With all that said, if you want to lock it in and you're trying to chase for Paul George, best of luck to you. I just don't know if the juice is going to be worth the squeeze, because I don't know. Like these opals look kind of cool if you want some of these guys. I mean, Bilal Coulibaly looks like a really solid defensive budget shooting guard, and I say budget because you can buy him, but he's still like 52K, right? Yeah, I mean that's not budget. It's going to take you some time to grind up the MT for that, but hey, it is what it is. Jeremy Sohan, I know he doesn't have the best animations, but he's a 6'8" point guard, so I would hope that they wouldn't give him, godly animations and then only make him cost 52K. But again, we're also in May, so I think players that, like people that are playing this game who want to get some really good budget options for cheap, they're going to have to settle for cards that are 52K, and they're not going to have great animations, so that's kind of crappy. Simbalar, he's just really tall, and that's about it. Amen Thompson looks like another fun shooting guard, point guard that you want to throw in at the point guard spot, who can play really good defense, 6'7", 136K though, so a little more expensive. Donovan Mitchell, he is what he is, and Dwight Howard has some really good animations. I think the collection itself isn't bad if you want to buy a few players. I just don't know if I want to buy the full collection and then lock it in and potentially get DeMar DeRozan or Joe Johnson. So those are my thoughts when it comes to the Cerebral collection. I'll still, I'm live on stream right now. I'll probably grind the game a little bit today. Any duplicate rubies, amethyst, diamonds that I get, I'll put into the exchange to get a pack for the Cerebral set, but I don't expect to get anything good. I got very lucky last week. I got a Dark Matter Tyler Hero. Uploaded that video earlier this week if you want to check that out, from one of those unsellable packs. And I think I got a Galaxy Opal Mike Miller as well. And I think my deluxe gave me like a pink diamond, so it doesn't really matter. So maybe I'll hopefully keep that streak going again this week, but I'm highly doubtful. Before we completely move off of the Cerebral collection, let's move on to their agendas, which are actually really not all that bad. I don't think any of these require online play. Win a game using 13 Spurs players. If you don't know, there's a challenge right here. Under skill challenges, you come here, basketball fundamentals, you go all the way down to free throws. This challenge basically starts with your team being up by just enough points where you're going to get fouled. You'll take 2 free throws. Hopefully you'll make both free throws, and then you have to just play 1 possession on defense. Whether the opposing team makes or misses the shot, they'll foul you again. If you make those other 2 free throws, you win the game, and that's it. You do that one time and that agenda is done. I think that's a great agenda to do basically for any of these challenges where you need to use a certain number of players from a team. Like, I'm still grinding out these bold agendas right here, and you can see for bold 5, actually no, sorry, I think it's bold 4. Yes, right here, bold 4. I need to win 10 games using 3 Amethyst or higher Trailblazers players, and the only Trailblazers players who I could really bring into clutch time online are Opal Scoot Henderson and the Opal Arvydas Sabonis. I don't want to bring Diamond Clyde Drexler out here to play clutch time online minutes for me, so I'm probably just going to do this in that challenge mode, or in that challenge for the free throws as well. That's what I'm going to probably end up doing, just to expedite that process. So if you don't know, that's the best challenge, I think, for any challenge like these, like for bold 5, win 2 games with 13 Rockets players. Use that for the Spurs win agenda. 50 assists with power forwards. This should just come naturally from playing the game. Again, friendly reminder that players that have power forward as their secondary position will also have their assists count towards this objective. So I'm about to play clutch time online, so I'm going to make sure that my small forward, power forward, and center all have, I mean, obviously the power forward will, but that those 3 players on my team will have power forward eligibility on my team, so that assists from all 3 of those players will count towards this agenda. 100 points over multiple clutch time offline games. This is really nice because I'm currently grinding for the Dark Matter Kevin McHale, and I'm grinding out clutch time offline with my XP multipliers to get my levels up. I've made pretty good progress. We have a week left and I'm at level 30. I'm hopeful that I can hit level 40 maybe by Tuesday or Wednesday, which would be great because I'm traveling out of state Thursday, so it would be really nice if I can get that done ahead of time, but we'll have to see. Make 33 pointers in triple threat, offline, online, or co-op. That should be really easy to get done offline. Just bring Ruby, Kyle Korver, and Feast. 50 defensive rebounds with small forwards. That should also not be too bad. You can probably get this done at the same time as you're getting these triple threat offline 3s done. Just make sure that your other 2 players around Kyle Korver or your shooter of choice are small forwards. And if you get players that have small forward with power forward eligibility, you can get rebounds with them. And then if you kick it back out to your Kyle Korver off of a missed shot and he hits a 3, now you're getting assists that count towards this agenda here. So you could actually work towards getting 3 agendas done, all from grinding out your triple threat 3s in triple threat offline. Then last but not least, complete the Cerebral Spotlight challenges. These have not been that bad, these Friday Spotlight challenges. So really, all in all, not a bad agenda set, a nice mellow way to end the Friday agendas in a season that again has been littered with really boring Friday content because all the cards that people want are locked away behind gambling, which is really unfortunate. In our last week of the season, I want to just remind you guys that if you have excess tokens laying around like I do, it's not a bad option if you want to wait until Thursday, the day before the new season, and spend your tokens on badge deluxe packs. They'll cost 1 token a pop, and they're only available for 24 hours starting on the day before the season ends. So that's going to be next Thursday if you want to do that. That's what I'm going to be waiting for. Otherwise, I would just recommend make sure you clean up any of these agendas you want to get done. Again, I'm live on stream. I'm going to be trying to grind out the rest of the agendas here for bold 4, bold 5. Bold 5 is going to require online play with multiplayer assists and multiplayer 3s. Going to try and get those done, and then I'm going to get these Cerebral ones hopefully done this weekend, along with the playoff round 1 recap. I have a week to get that done as well, and then I think that first Monday after season 7 drops is going to be the conclusion of round 2, more than likely. I'm assuming if we get any game 7s in round 2 of the conference semifinals, we're gonna see those game 7s played next Sunday, similar to how we had the Magic Cavaliers game played last Sunday. So that's my guess, and then we'll probably get playoff content on Tuesday, along with whatever they give us in terms of, assuming we get something like Bold, because Bold was just what was it before? Rush. Bold was just Rush reskinned. Are we gonna get a reskinned Bold in season 7? I would hope so, because I feel like this is the only thing that's kind of keeping 2K afloat for the people that are not willing to spend money or a ludicrous amount of MT or VC on packs. So Hopefully we get more of this stuff. So next Tuesday should be a really interesting drop. Again, not this upcoming Tuesday, the first Tuesday of season 7. We should hopefully get a new version of Bold along with playoff round 2 content with a new set of players. I'm intrigued to see who the Knicks will get, whether they win or lose in round 2. I'm hoping for an upgraded DiVincenzo, Josh Hart, and OG Anunoby. And if the Knicks win, they're going to probably need Deuce McBride to have some really big moments. So maybe the Knicks will get a Deuce McBride. We'll have to see. I'll do a prediction video maybe next weekend, predicting who I think is going to get cards for that Tuesday. And then last but not least, I wonder if we're going to start to see Invincible cards come into my team next week. And that leads me to wonder what we're going to see in the player market, because I believe this season was the first season where we saw Galaxy Opals in the player market, and the Galaxy Opals now are better than they were when we first started in season 6, where we had guys like Isaiah Thomas, who, like the very short Isaiah Thomas, not the 6'1" Isaiah Thomas, Celtic legend Isaiah Thomas, come into the Opal player market. We didn't really care about that. We can take a look and see who the rest of those cards were, because we looked at who the Opals are in this collection. They look much better. But if we go down, I think it was after Bracket Busters, it was Eclipse. We had Sabonis, Nash, and Isaiah Thomas. These cards, none of them really excited us all that much as a community. So hopefully we'll get Dark Matters in the player market next week. But if we do, I would expect them to be not that great, and I would expect them to maybe split it 50-50, where we get maybe half of the Dark Matters in the player market, and then the other half will be in the lock-in gambling pack. That's my guess. And that would kind of be pretty annoying, because unless they make the Dark Matters these prices, like they make them, no more than like 150k, we could see these collections become even more expensive to lock in season 7. So just something to keep an eye out for. Besides that, I don't think I have anything else. I wish you guys the best of luck if you're still grinding to level 40 like me. I'm pretty confident I can get to level 40, but it's going to take a lot more work. So we're going to try and get to work now on stream, try and grind out the levels while I'm playing online, and then we'll get some offline gameplay in when I'm not on stream, hopefully, to try and hit level 40. So anyways, that's the video. Hope you guys enjoyed. Until next time, I'll see you later.